everyone, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. So the day before I got a trailer yesterday, I wanted to sit on it as things started to come out about it, but this is one of the more controversial games to be released in recent memory. The reason being that the developer hasn't been forthright with the community. There are a lot of things that go into this game that has legitimate criticisms from the unpaid volunteers who are working on this game when they had that big trailer where they promoted the day before, but in fact they were promoting a video application that they were developing. Fantastic. And recently they did come out with a brand new trailer for the game. I won't play it in its entirety, but you can watch it right now. And a lot of people basically want this game to just burn. Like, it's not even enough that people want to give it a chance. I believe in giving game developers a chance. Maybe this game might be everything they say it is, even though it kind of leans to that idea that it's not going to be, because when you look at this game, it just looks like it's impossible to really execute unless you have multi-million-dollar support from big publishers and developers with a lot of experience. I can't find the trailer or the video showcasing the two developers who were looking at the initial footage for the game, and they were like, there's no way this is real-time MMO gameplay. If it was a single-player game, maybe, but they all conveyed that this had to be a vertical slice. If you don't know what a vertical slice is, it's basically a presentation meant for the sake of just presenting the game in glorious 4K, very ungameplay like fashion. The best examples of that would be the Aliens Colonial Marines fiasco and Anthem, where there was a vertical slice provided that did not represent the final game. That's why for every of those trailers they doesn't represent final game or early access footage or stuff like that. But the day before has been delayed again to December 7th for Steam and Epic Games for early access, and it doesn't seem like anyone wants to give this game a chance. I mean, granted, the company hasn't been in the best terms with the gaming community, as I stated. They've been caught plagiarizing from this trailer they posted a while back, where someone was able to easily pick this out as a trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops. And I forgot which one. I think it was Black Ops 3 or 4. The games bleed together eventually, but they did steal like the cinematography for it. And it didn't help that the gameplay was very milquetoast. It didn't really have anything incredible, and it was a huge downgrade from the initial trailers, which is what you would expect. Like I stated, first early trailers almost never represent the final product. Take Watch Dogs, for example. Eventually the games do degrade in order to create a much more expected, established game that runs within the hardware that it's limited to. Like, for example, another infamous example was Puddlegate for Spider-Man, where people were like, there were so little puddles on the final release for the original Spider-Man game, despite the fact like these trailers run on high-end PCs that are thousands of dollars and using the latest technology. Like, yeah, they're not running on the actual console, they're usually running on PC hardware. But regardless, like, they just have a lot of controversy, not to mention the whole idea that they were going against a calendar app that registered the copyright, so they had to pull the game from Steam, because Valve has zero tolerance about this. They don't want to deal with any of these legal issues. If someone submits a valid lawsuit to them, they're like, this is between you two, you deal with it, we're pulling your game until you figure it out. It's similar to how YouTube operates. They're like, we're not involved in this, we're not taking sides, this is between you two. But the game has become the most wishlisted game, because I don't think people are really excited for this game. I've yet to see a lot of people who want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Again, I'm like giving it 1% benefit of the doubt, if that's how it's looking, because it has all the red flags. I've been covering video games for over 15 years, and this game has all the red flags when it comes to being something that's not going to launch in a very stable state. And the second the game launches, even if it launches immaculately, you're going to get people who are going to nitpick at everything. Not saying that that's not valid, there is a validity to all of that, but it just seems that if they really wanted a smoking gun in order to basically destroy all the doubters, they just have to show active gameplay. Give keys to people, play the game. I get it's an MMO, you're not gonna have the full experience, but even then, just give someone actual gameplay showing it being run. Yeah, we did get that. I can't find it anymore. There was a trailer footage showing that the game was running and the person was using a PC to play the game, but at the same time they're just like, that could also be a vertical slice, which is entirely valid. Will it ever be a day off for much delayed gossip laden zombie MMO the day before? Well, apparently find out in just over a month, as the day before release date has now been announced as December 5th, following yet another slide back from its previous release date of November 10th. December 5th? I thought it was December 7th. Yeah, it's December 7th right here. So the person has the wrong date here. That's why you should always double and triple check. This happens. I've done this mistake before. But yeah, it's just more of the summary that I gave on this. But they did show some promising stuff, such as the character creator, some gameplay elements. I think I'll show a few snippets of this, like the shooting. It looks okay and decent. Nothing there that's spectacular. They have that Rainbow Six Siege tilting mechanic. And they also introduced Murberry coins, which is a system in which you are given currency for accomplishing specific tasks, and then you use that to take on even more difficult tasks. It is a looter shooter at its core, but looking at how this game is just established, I just don't know. Like, look, it may seem like I'm, giving this game the benefit of the doubt despite all the red flags that are there. It's just that maybe I'm too hopeful and I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But if this game launches in the way that we think it is, and here is the crux of the argument. If December 7th comes and they push the game back again, that will basically solidify everything. This is, I would argue, their final chance to prove that this is a real game. If they cannot do that, no one's going to believe them. It's like, it's just going to be done. Even if this game launches, no one's going to be like, they're going to be like, yeah, you had to ship something because you've been catapulting your reputation into the stratosphere to try and say, no, we're right. This is going to launch in this way. This is going to be a spectacular game. But as far as you go into the atmosphere, you're going to eventually have to come down. And depending on how hard that landing is, it's completely up to you. And in this situation, you have to launch the game on December 7th. There has to be something. Because if you don't, it's not going to be pretty. It's just going to be like, look, you can push the game back as much as you want. It is your right to do so. But at the same time, your reputation is dead. You need something to give it some sort of life and restitution. At this point, you have a ticking time clock right now. You've established this, December 7th. So if it doesn't come out on December 7th, yeah, it's not going to be pretty. So tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Love to hear other people's opinions. But I honestly have very, very little hope. Like, I have 1% of hope that this is going to launch. And I'm almost certain it's going to get another delay. Or they're going to say something happened. Or they're going to give some excuse. My prediction, it's going to be like, hey, we found out some sort of major glitch within the system and we have to fix it. They're going to give you something that you can't really argue against because you're not within the know of the development team. But even so, what I'm actually a bit surprised about is that there haven't been leaked reports from the company, like the volunteers who work on this game. You would assume that would be someone out there who's like willing to leak information to people like Jason Schreier about this stuff. But I guess not. It could be just loyalty, or it could be just people are afraid to do that, which I can understand. But we'll wait and see. Tell me what you think. Like, dislike, your choice. And that's it for me. Bye.